Okay, great. So before starting the class, I'm going to tell one more thing. Like I'll be taking the session first. I'll be taking the session first in a continuous go. In a continuous go, I'll be taking it. If you're having any doubts or any kind of things, I'll be taking at the end of the session. Okay, I'll be going a little slow only. Okay, I'll be taking the doubts at the end of the session. Please be on mute. Please don't unmute yourself and unmute yourself. That's it. Okay. Yeah. So before starting, like I said, today I'll be going to let me start sharing my screen quickly. Tell me whether it's visible or not. Yeah, can you just confirm whether it is visible or not, people? My screen is visible? Yes, great. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, before starting, like, what is the course like in the coming 40 days? Okay, in the coming 40 days, what we are going to discuss, I'm going to give a quick idea on it. Okay, so like I said, we will be going with basics to advanced level of this Python course. Okay, we'll be going from the basics to advanced level. So we'll be starting with the introduction. Today we'll be going with only focusing on what is Python. Okay, what is the environment that is required to write the Python codes. Okay, all these basic things we'll be looking. Then we are going to start a few step by step. Okay, what are variables? What are data types? Okay, what are the basic grammar? Okay, I'm going to take as long as my introduction is done. Okay, mostly it will be taking around 8 p.m. Okay, so it will be around for 40 minutes. I'll be taking on a continuous go. After that, if you're having any doubts, you can stay back in the meeting. Okay, or else if you don't have, you can you are good to go. Okay, yeah. So like I said, we are going to start today. I'm going to start with introduction. So in the coming classes, we are going to look into this variables. What are the variables? Like every programming language you take it, any programming language you take it, we will be starting with the variables. Hello world. We are going to print a hello world also. Okay, logic, loops, functions. These are all the common things where in every program language we will be having it. So functions, data structures. Okay, lists, dictionaries, tuples, sets. Okay, so once these are done, once we are get handy on this basic things, okay, once we are handy on whatever the things, like whether we are able to write the basic line syntaxes, okay, on this Python, then we are going to move on with this advanced level concepts where we are going to introduce object oriented programming. Okay, where we are going to introduce object oriented programming. So it is very much required when it comes to this any programming language you take it, whether if you started from C, okay, the oldest language, not the oldest, C, C++, Java, whatever you take it, you might have heard about this project, about these concepts. Okay, so there we are going to discuss about the iterators, generators, closures, modules, standard library. Okay, all these things we are going to look at it. Okay, and then at the last we'll be having mini programs also. These programs will be given at after a few days, like within few days we'll be giving you some after every concept that we are going to be done. We'll be giving you some programs to practice so that you get handy on writing the syntaxes. Okay, I hope that is clear. Can you just, is it clear, people? The syllabus is clear? Yes, okay. Yeah, why do we, like, what is the purpose of this Python? Okay, before starting, what is the purpose of this Python? So why do we have to, what is the use of this Python? Okay, so I will just write it down here. So first question is, before we are going to start, what is the use of this Python? Okay, why you are learning Python? Can you just tell me why you have joined this course? What is the purpose? Like, why you are joining? Like, you want to do data science, or you want to do the machine learning, or you want to go with the data development? So what is the purpose? Why you have joined this, register for this course? Can you answer that? No. Okay, are you having like you want to go with data science course? Is it for data science? Okay, I want to be a data scientist. Okay, that's great. Machine learning. Okay, you want to learn machine learning. Okay, so there are lot many technologies. Okay, there are lot many things. Okay, yeah, it is the most demanding. Yeah, you can say that. Yeah, it is the most demanding course. Like if you go search it in the Google, and right now if you just check it out, top 3 languages, you'll be getting JavaScript, Python, and Java. So these 3 will be in the top 5. Okay, these 3 will be in the top 5. Okay, you can go with data analyst, you can go become a data engineer. Okay, anything you can do. Oh yeah, it's the number 1 language. Okay, what is the purpose of it? If you want to go with data science, okay, so if you want to go with data science, or if you want to go with machine learning, okay, if you want to go with machine learning, or else you want to learn deep learning also, okay, or else you are focused on game development, okay, if you want to design some games and all, or else you want to design some applications like desktop applications, desktop and mobile applications. Okay, so Python is the most preferred. Like right now, it is not most preferred. It is also the one of the preferred language where you can easily, okay, you can easily develop multiple things. Okay, it will be easy thing to learn because the syntax is very much easy. Okay, why it is very much preferred? Because it has a lot many libraries. That is one of the most important thing. Okay, it has a lot many libraries. What do you mean by a library and what is the purpose of a library? We are going to see that. We are going to see that in the coming days. Like in the coming days, the standard library and all, we'll be seeing that in the coming days. And also we do have this backend development also, backend web development. Okay, so I hope some people have watched this demo video that is there. Okay, I'm going to do that itself. Okay, this is just a basic thing. Okay, so this is what it is used in many things. Okay, it is used in many things, and it is very much like why it is like why it is very much popular is why Python. Why we do have Java also, we do have C. We can develop using that also. Okay, we can go with R. Why do we have to learn Python only for data science? We can also go with R, right? So there is one more language to become a data analyst. Okay, we can go with R also. But why Python is only preferred? Okay, so because of its ease of use, it is very much easy to use the Python. Okay, it is very much easy to use the Python, and it has the simple syntax. Okay, it has the simple syntax. The syntax will be very much easy. It is easy to understand. Like, yeah, you can say that. Easy to understand, read. It is easy to read and understand also. Okay, you can just see the code and you can understand easily. Okay, this is what happening. Okay, print. This is like a normal, regular language that we are going to communicate with others. Okay, that is how it will be like. That is how it will be looking like. Okay, and it has a thriving community. If you just ask me that, anyone can use it. It is not like restricted to only few people can access this Python. Like, see, mobiles, like better example is, okay, there are some premium things which can be accessible only for the few people itself. It is not like Python is restricted to few communities. It is can be useful by every person. If you have the computer, if you have anything, like if you rent it out a computer, if you have your computer on your hands, you can just access the Python. You can just download it and you can easily start programming. You can start coding in it. Okay, anyone can access it. Okay, anyone can use it or anyone can access it. And also the last thing is its versatility. This versatility, what does it mean? Means it is used in data visualization, AI. Right now, AI is very much popular. Web development. Okay, multiple things. Okay, because of its versatility, it is useful in many things. It can be accessible in many things. Because of that, it is one of the user. Like because of that, Python is very much used. Okay, so we understood that what are the uses of it. We understood that what is the purpose of it. Okay, where it is used and all. And what is Python actually? We know that it is used somewhere. We know that, okay, it is used, okay, to develop games. We know that it is used. Okay, so many things are used, right? To develop a Python, like to develop a game development, we'll not only use Python, we'll be using other technologies also. But what is the purpose of this? What is the purpose of this Python? What is Python? Okay, so if you ask the Python, it is a programming language. Okay, it is a programming language. You can call that a high level language also. Object oriented. Okay, it is object oriented programming language. Okay, and also it is a high level language. Okay, it is a high level language. Okay, so and also one more thing is like it is introduced in the year. It is like the same thing. Like you have the Java, right? It is also the same. Okay, C++. Okay, it is like the same language, whatever you have learned. If you have idea on it, the same languages as it is Python also. Okay, and who uses, if you ask that, it will be used for multiple people. Like right now, it is used by NASA. Okay, NASA is using this. Google is also using this. Google. So not only these companies itself, many companies are using it. Netflix. Okay, so many companies are using this. Spotify, everything are using this Python. Okay, we understood. Okay, we understood. Okay, Python is used. Okay, Python is used somewhere and it is a programming language. You understood that. Everything we understood. So what is the environment? Where do we write it? Okay, what is the environment that we require and where do we write it? Okay, so to come to that part. Okay, if you don't have any idea on like if you just have the laptop, you haven't coded anything. Okay, you haven't coded anything previously in Python. So I wanted we are going to see the environment that we are going to create an environment in your laptop. Okay, I'm going to show you how to create an environment to write the Python codes and execute them. First thing you need to do is you need to install the Visual Studio Code. Okay, so you can go with Python, other things also Python. Okay, Python environment is also there, but you can just I prefer this. In this course, I'm going to use the Visual Studio Code itself. Okay, the first thing you will do, go to Google Chrome or any other browser you can go with. Yeah. Okay, go with Visual Studio Code. Okay, go with Visual Studio Code, search for it, and you'll be having this multiple versions here. Okay, if you are using this Mac version, you can download the Mac version. If you are using this, okay, if you are going with if you are using Microsoft like Windows, you can download that one. If you're using Linux, you can go with that one. So since I'm using this Mac, I have downloaded this one, I have installed it. Okay, by tomorrow's class, just go search for the Visual Studio Code and download this Mac, like download this Visual Studio Code and install it. Once it is installed, okay, once it is installed, go to go search for Python also. Just search for Python, Python, and Python in Chrome. Okay, the first link which will be appear, just click on that. Okay, and download the latest version. I'm getting this latest version, you see. So the downloads, if I go for the downloads, you can go with Windows or downloads Mac OS. Okay, you'll be finding the latest version. Okay, you need to install both of them. Okay, download both of them and install both of them. Is it clear? Okay. Once both are installed, okay, once both are installed, come to the Google Visual Studio Code. Okay, after installation, you just need to open the Visual Studio Code. You'll be finding out this is the opening page that you'll be having. This is the opening screen that you'll be having. Okay, we are seeing about the installation of the creating the environment for the Python. Okay, we are creating the environment for Python. The thing is, I have said to download and install the first thing is you need to install the Visual Studio Code. The second one is Python. You need to install the latest version of the Python. So you'll be having the Python 3.11. So if you go for the Windows, so 3.11.3, so latest version of Python. So once both are downloaded and installed, open the Visual Studio Code, and go to this extensions. You'll be having, so similarly, you'll be having not everything, not all these things you'll not be having. Only up to here, you'll be having it here in your Python, in your Visual Studio Code. Go to the extensions. Okay, go to the extensions. Here, you need to install three more extensions here. You need to install 3 extensions here. One is REPL. Okay, AREPL. Okay, first one is you need to install the extension. So just go to the extensions, search for AREPL, click on that. Okay, since I have installed it already, you'll be having this. I'm having this disable and uninstall option, but you'll be having the install option like this. You'll be having the install option. You need to install that. This is the first one. You need to do it. Okay, I'm going to write it down here. Environment, install Visual Studio Code. Okay, after that, install the Python latest version. Okay, so once these both are done, Open the Visual Studio Code. Okay, open Visual Studio Code. Go to extensions. Go to extensions. Install AREPL. So before that AREPL, we need to have this Python also. You need to find the Python extension where you'll be having it. So Python, search for Python. Okay, Python IntelliSense. You need to install this one also. Okay, Python. Second one is AREPL. Okay, AREPL for Python. And the third one is Code Runner. Okay, these three things you need to add this extensions here. I hope it is clear. Okay, you need to have this all these three extensions installed. Okay. Yeah, clear, right? You need to install all these three extensions. Once these three are done, okay, you have downloaded and installed this Visual Studio Python, right? So you need to check whether it is installed or not. Go to the command prompt. Okay, for me it is terminal. Go to the command prompt and search for this. Okay, go to the command prompt and search for Python. Like not search, just type Python in your code. Okay, in your command prompt, you need to type Python and check whether the Python is installed or not. For Mac people, we need to give Python 3. Okay, so whatever the install, I'm using the 3.11.1 version. Okay, 3.11.1 version. But for you, you need to give Python, only Python. Okay, so you need to check whether the Python is installed successfully or not. If it is not installed, you need to reinstall it once again properly. Okay, we need to check in the command prompt by giving Python itself. For Mac people, we'll be giving Python 3. After that, if you just give Python or Python 3 and give enter, you'll be having this 3.11 version, whatever the version that is there, you'll be having it. You'll be able to see that here. Okay, you'll be able to see that here. Okay, so you need to check Python is installed successfully or not. Okay, how do you do that? Command prompt. Go to the command prompt. For Windows, just give Python and enter. For Mac, okay, Python 3 and enter. Okay, I hope it is clear. So what you need to do, install Visual Studio Code, Python latest version, then check Python is installed successfully or not. Go open it by opening the command prompt. If it is Mac, you need to go with terminal. You need to open the terminal and you need to install whether you need to just check it out whether it is installed or not. After that, okay, come to the Visual Studio Code, open Visual Studio Code, go to extensions and then install everything. Okay, once it is done, all the extensions are clear. Come to the settings, go open the settings. Okay, search for format on save. Okay, check whether this is ticked or not. Okay, check whether this is ticked or not. Okay, this should be checked. Okay, this should be checked. Format on save should be checked. Okay, so format on save should be checked. Now what we will do, we will create a folder on our page. Okay, we will create a folder on our page. Okay, what we'll do, we'll create a folder on our page. So just create new folder here on your desktop. You can create a new folder on your desktop. Okay, let me give that. Okay, so let it be Python main. So I have given this Python main. I have created that. Now open this folder on your Visual Studio Code. Open this folder in your Visual Studio Code. Double click on it. Okay, or else you can just directly go to your Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code. Here you can see this open folder, open folder. Okay, go to the desktop, Python main, just open that here. Okay, I hope you can see this. Okay, I hope you can see this. Create a new file in this one. Okay, create a new file in this one, app dot. Create a new file named app.py. Okay, so whenever you're giving this, whenever you're creating, whenever you want to write the code in Python, okay. So for any file, whatever the file that you are going to write the code in Python, you need to have an extension called py. Okay, the Python has the extension called py. For example, if you have seen this HTML, it will be having the extension HTML .html. So for not going to that. So if you have this, if you have a particular computer, okay, in your laptop you are saving some files like related to PDFs. Okay, it will be having an extension called .pdf. Okay, if you are saving a JPG file, okay, you'll be having GPG file format. If you are saving an Excel sheet, it will be having XLXX. Okay, if you are saving a multiple files, will be having multiple extensions, right? Likewise, in the same way, you will be having an extension called .py for the Python files. Okay, you'll be having an extension called .py for Python files. Let me copy it everything. Control C and come back and paste it over here. So I'm going to change it to text itself, rename. Notes.text. So this is the text file. I'm making that as a text file. Okay. So I'm just made it into a text file. So format on, so all these are done. Create a folder. Create a folder on desktop. And load it in Visual Studio Code. And load it VS Code. Okay. And load it on Visual Studio Code. So once this is done, you need to install a few packages also. Install packages. So what are those packages? So go to the terminal, open the terminal. On the top, you will be having it here. On the top, you will be finding a terminal. Open with new terminal. Okay. So to complete the setup, we need to install two packages here. So open the terminal. Once it is open, give yeah. So you need to give two packages. You need to install two more packages. That is pip space install. Okay, pip space install autopep. Okay, this is one of the command. You need to give it for Windows. It is pip space. So Windows pip space install autopep 8. Autopep 8. You need to install this. Since I have for Mac, it is pip3. It is okay for Mac people. It is pip3. Since I have already installed, it will be saying that okay, requirement already satisfied. Okay, requirement already satisfied. So it is saying that pip is already installed. Okay, since it is already installed. Now after this, you need to give. This is for the formatting people. Okay, this is for the formatting purpose. We are using this one. Okay, this is for the formatting purpose. And the next one is you need to install pip install. Okay, pylint. Okay, you need to install pylint also. This is for the debugging purpose. Okay, I hope that is clear. So I'll be just showing you that also. pip3 for me it is pip3 install pylint. If I say that, so the automatically it is satisfied. Okay, so to update pip install upgrade upgrade PIP. So I'm just updating it. So it is asking for me to update. I have updated that. Okay. So got it right. So you need to do a few things only. This is very simple. So first thing you need to do, install Windows Visual Studio Code and the Python latest version from the Google Chrome. After that, go check whether this installed successfully or not by giving Python 3 and enter in your command prompt. If it is Mac, just give Python 3 and enter. After that, open your Visual Studio Code, go to the extensions, add the extensions, these three, Python, AREPL, Code Runner. Once these are done, go with format on save, create a folder on desktop and load it over in your Visual Studio Code. After that, install all these two packages. Okay, all these two packages you need to install. If it is Mac, it will be going with PIP3. Okay, that's it. Got it. I hope it is clear up to here. Can you just confirm whether it is clear, people? Or do you want me to repeat it once? The entire process, do you want me to repeat or is it clear? Clear, right? Crystal clear? People, are you there? Only few people responded. Why need to use terminal? We will see that. Okay. So why are we using this? Which one? This one? Okay, this terminal are you asking? So this is for just for installing packages. Okay. Okay, wherever you go, whether it is Java or something, you'll be having some terminals to run your codes, right? Okay, you'll be having some for example, there is a Java, you'll be using Eclipse or something. Okay, at the top of your screen, you'll be having a pause button or something will be there. Automatically, it'll be on the console. You'll be having some console that will be executed there. Likewise, in the same way, we'll be using the terminal here. So whatever the code that we are going to write it in Python, that we are going to see it in this terminal. Okay, we are going to see it in terminal. Okay, so using this terminal, we are going to install few more softwares. Like these are the packages. Extensions, just very simple. Go to this, click on extensions. Okay, just search for first thing you will be searching is Python. Okay, as soon as you search it, the first one, whatever it is there. Okay, so you'll be having the most downloads. Go with the most downloads. Like, let me show that. Okay, I cannot uninstall it. So it will be showing it in this way. Okay, install option will be there. So just go that, install, and automatically once it is installed, you'll be having these things. Okay, you'll be having these things. Once you install the Visual Studio, then only you'll be able to install all these things. Okay, so this is one, and the other one is AREPL. AREPL, you will call it as AREPL. Okay, AREPL, the second one, and the third one is Code Runner. To run our code, we'll be using the this is the one more. Okay, so to run backend environment, whatever we can using this Code Runner, we can run C, C++, Java, everything we can run. Why we want to install AREPL? I'll tell you. Okay, we are going to execute our code in 3 different formats. Okay, in 3 different formats, we are going to execute it. Our code, I'm going to explain what is the purpose of AREPL, what is the purpose, what is the use of this extensions, why are we installing this PIP extensions. We do have a separate packages. Okay, we do have that separate section on that. If you observe here, package index, what is the purpose of every package that we are going to use it. Okay, all those things we are going to discuss in the few coming classes. Okay, so don't worry about anything. Okay, everything will be in detail. So any doubts till now? Whatever we have discussed, is there any doubts, people? Are there any doubts? No. So will you be able to complete all these things like by tomorrow's session? We are going to execute our hello world in the tomorrow's class. Okay, we are going to execute our hello world in the tomorrow's class. Today the time is already done. So regular class itself, it will be from 7 to 8. Okay, there will be no change in that. If there is any change, you will be getting an update. Okay, you need to check Jupyter Notebook. You can use that, I guess. Okay, if you are not able to install it or something, you just No problem. It will not be a problem. It will not cause any problem. So Nishant, you just install it. Okay, install the same way. In the same way, you need to install it. If it is not installed or something, you just let me know. We'll be doing that. My laptop, I have, it is fine. It is completely fine. You can go with it. No issues. PyCharm is also best. Okay, PyCharm is also better, but the thing is, you need to download, like you need to have this, what do you say? It is not free. Okay, PyCharm is not free. So you can use PyCharm also. I have used PyCharm also. Few days, like a few months back, I have used it. That is also best. But I prefer Visual Studio Code because it is free. Like it has multiple things of multiple extensions. You can easily shift that. Okay, so that's why I'm using Python. Okay, Visual Studio. So I prefer you to use. I asked you to choose Python itself. So I'm using already HTML, CSS, JavaScript in Visual Studio. If I install this package, no, it is fine. You can run multiple things you can run. See, I'm also using, see, if you just observe, I'll open the new window. I'll show you what are the things I'm doing it here in this Visual Studio. So let it load. See, I'm using Python Python Bootcamp. If you just ask me, you just go with this one. I'm using CSS, JavaScript, everything here. So HTML, CSS, JavaScript, everything I'm using. Okay. So multiple things. I used to use this .NET also here. Okay, .NET batch. I used to run .NET also in this. Okay, all this .NET courses also used to run it. So it doesn't matter whatever you're using it, it doesn't matter. You can use it for everything. Okay. Python with PyScripter, I'm not sure. PyScripter, I'm not sure about that. Can I use, you can use Python, no issues. Can we complete any project? We'll be having projects also. Don't worry about it. So I'm using my DB2 also in this. Okay, I'm using, and also one more thing, I'm using the mainframe also. Okay, this is one more language. This is one of the oldest language. I'm using that also in this. Okay, multiple things I'm using it in this. So don't worry about it. So that it will be, it is only one thing it will support. It doesn't matter. Okay, Python will support in everything. It will support, what do you say? These applications also, Dell also will be supporting that. Okay, many of my students are using Dell laptop itself. They are using this. They are using the same Dell laptops. So we are using SQL, HTML, CSS, JavaScript also. In this course, no, we are not going to discuss that. Okay, I'm just showing you that I'm using those also. We are not going to discuss HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Okay, let me stop the recording. I'll take the doubts now. I hope it is clear, people. I have given only quick idea what is the environment that is required.